the Butthole Podcast.
Welcome to the Butthole. It's your chance. Do your dance at the Butthole.
It's the bit.
Check it out.
I mean, if the last thing I ever saw was an alien, I'd die happy.
We just want to say before this thing starts, thank you so much to our loyal listeners, and here you go with another great Butthole podcast. Brought to you by Star Lamar, Brandon, Gage's Rage, and Scott on the Butthole Podcast Network.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the movie review.
It's the one all of you watched over the last week.
Every single one of them. Not a loyal fan out there that missed this one.
And I know you guys enjoyed every minute of the 2.5 hours that this amazing movie was.
It felt like an eternity.
God, I had to watch it in 3 parts.
2 days. I watched it over 2 days.
Me too.
I fell asleep 3 times trying to finish this.
You should have stayed asleep.
When you hear my review, it'll sound like I was.
So, to preface, it is the last days of American Crime, Netflix 2020 original. Just so everybody, I know you guys all watched it, but that's what the movie is, just to reiterate.
Do you think a lot of the hate that we have on this movie, or bad movies in general, is because we're flooded with really good movies and TV shows right now? If this movie came out 20 years ago, would we dislike it as much as we did? Not in the golden era of movies and TV.
I feel like we still wouldn't like it. But I do have a question that kind of goes hand in hand with this. If we didn't have all the bad reviews before starting this movie, would we dislike it as much as we do? Or do those
Or
bad
if we
reviews
knew that it had 0% Rotten Tomatoes. See, I think it does. That's
truly-
why I don't like to know people's opinion on movies before I watch it.
I feel like it does influence mine, personally. I think that going into the movie, I just expected to be really disappointed, whereas I'd rather go in and have no expectation whatsoever.
I've had the opposite, where I watch a movie and I dislike it, and then I watch it for a second time with lower expectations than my first time, and it's not that bad.
So you're going to watch it again?
No, never. But like Batman vs. Superman, when that movie came out, I was super stoked. I didn't like Man of Steel, but I thought this one was going to be better, and it's going to be cool. Batman's in it. That's also 2.5 hours, and I was really disappointed after I left the theater. I don't think I laughed. There's not a joke in it. I like my movies to have at least some sort of comedy in it. I thought the tone was way too serious. I rewatched it again later, knowing that this is a serious movie, and I knew what I was getting myself into, and it was pretty good. I didn't hate it as much. So I think expectations have a lot to do with your opinion of what you're watching.
I agree.
I don't care what anyone tells me. I can make my own opinion once I get there.
You don't really care what the critics say. You're going to watch that movie, and you're going to think what you think no matter what.
And yeah, you could even tell me the ending. I'll still watch it and come up with my own thoughts about
I
it.
kind of am the same way, and whether it's video games, TV shows, especially TV shows. TV shows, I don't care as much about the ending. I just like how they get to that.
The story.
And that's movies generally, too. But I think, yeah, I mean, movies is probably less so. If you tell me how the ending of a movie is, I'm probably less likely to watch it. But TV and video games,
Depends if there's like a twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus said it best. It's the climb.
Party in the USA.
That too.
Came in like a wrecking ball.
Now that being said, what frustrated me the most about this fucking movie is what was actually the last crime committed. Or should we go through the whole movie first?
I don't know.
So the movie is...
We can do like we've been doing and go through notes and stuff.
We'll just... Because people didn't watch...
I did not take notes.
Fell asleep once.
I did not need
fell
notes.
asleep twice.
So
and fell asleep a third
it's a
time.
slightly future thing, and it's a group of bank robbers, right? They're kind of like a mobbish group. The guy's name's Brick, I believe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And there's this thing called AGI.
API.
API.
The API.
API, and it's like a signal that goes off, and it makes people so they cannot commit a crime.
That they know is a crime.
That if they know what they're doing is wrong, they get all hazy and start to pass up and disoriented. And so they have a date and a countdown of when the API is going to get started. And because when this happens, if you have any illegal money, you won't be able to spend it under the API. So the government has this buyback program going on where they're going to. You can sell your money for like pennies on the dollar. That's your stolen money, which doesn't make any sense.
No.
If they can't spend it anyways, just make it so it's the law that they have to give it back and get all their money for free. Why pay them for their stolen money? But for this last job, there's like billions of dollars or $1 billion sitting there of all this bought back stolen money. This guy has a plan that they can mess with one of the sensors and give themselves an extra half hour without the API, and they can steal that money and run away to Canada. So that's the last crime, the last days of American crime, and that's going to be the last one.
The plan for the heist for the last.
Yeah, they're going to steal $1 billion.
And they'll be known.
The guy's brother dies, and he's all sad, and then he fucks some girl in a bar, and that girl in the bar knows a guy that wants to do this, and that guy's the son of the large crime family, and he wants to make a name for himself. I just saved you 2.5 hours.
The whole thing, that pissed me off. What you just summarized right there pissed me off so bad. Like, oh, this is going to be a massive job. We need all this money. Dude rolls out with a fucking Hummer, armor-coated. He's got all the guns, all the drugs. What the fuck does this dude need money for?
Well,
then you come find out he's the fucking mobster's son, and he just wants to be known as being the last fucking crime guy ever.
Well, his saying or his thing was he never did anything in his life. Everything was given to him, so he wanted to make a legacy for himself. That's what he said.
Why was Brick the guy he went to? I know he had the whole story about, I knew your brother in prison, he didn't kill himself, he got beaten up by the guards.
Brick was notoriously known as being the best bank robber.
Yes. I thought he was just good, but he was underneath people, the crime bosses, like after they killed all the other crime guys, and the one guy came after it, like he wasn't high up. He was a minion of the bigger crime bosses.
The way I saw it, he was like the peak of robbing banks, but then you still operate under the mob. Yeah. So you can rob this bank, but this bank is in our territory. You still have to chip out.
Pay for it. And that's when the whole scene with he just sets people on fire. And the dude had a cigar in his mouth. Spit that shit out. Just because your hands are tied behind your back, you don't think you can spit a cigar 3 feet out of a tub of gasoline? Give me a fucking break.
Little far-fetched.
No, dude. It's gone. It's a fucking dart.
That explosion, too.
Yeah, the whole apartment went up and built because there's some gas that was poured on a person.
And then
it was diesel. Diesel burns slower. Yeah. Is that a fact? Did someone check that out? That is the only question I basically
have. Diesel burns slower.
Does diesel burn slower than gasoline? Cause,
it does, actually, though.
Okay. I just want to make sure the rest
of the burns hotter too.
Fucking full of shit.
So it turns out this is less of a review and more we're just telling you about this movie, so you don't have to spend 2.5 hours fucking watching it.
I personally feel like they literally could have had this movie wrapped up in 90 minutes.
Yeah,
90 seconds.
Okay, but like there's no reason that this had to be a 2.5 hour long movie, other than the fact that they just wanted to waste more of my life.
And I have another thing. So the guy, right? Michael Pitt. I don't remember what his character. Cash. He was immune to the API. So why did he need anyone's help?
They didn't know that at the beginning.
That was the long con.
But he did.
He knew it.
Cash knew it. But so why did he need help from anyone?
Because even though he's like free and clear of that, he still has to break into the police station or whatever big company that he stole the cash from. Yeah. So he still had to do that. He needed people to help him do that. He couldn't just do it himself.
So rough.
But there's medicine that you can take, drugs more than medicine.
Yeah. So
medicine.
All right, we're just saying it. Brick killed himself, right? He took that drug so that he could override the fucking thing, but it was going to kill him.
That's what he thought. So when he bought that drug, they said, this is the most strong shit we have. This will kill you immediately. Yeah. So he took it in an attempt to kill himself. Yep. But really, it just like rewired his brain. But is it the same shit that the police were taking to make it so that the API...
I thought you had to get implanted to get the API.
That's what the police did. They put that implant in. But the pill that he bought did the same thing. It like restructured his brain so
that he could...
Reverse API'd him, right?
But he still died. It doesn't matter. He's
dead.
That's
what killed him. It took a while. It didn't kill him instantly.
No.
He got shot.
Dude, he got shot point blank in the stomach with a shotgun. And then point blank in the ear with a shotgun. And then drove 30 miles
for an hour?
Gotta get to Canada.
Yeah, bro. Come on, man.
Doc,
Okay, I have a
the
question.
drugs what got him the ability to do the rest. I think the drug overdid the signal, and then he could commit
Did
the last
you-
crime. And what was the last crime? What was the last crime? That was my whole point.
They stole the money.
Yeah, the
that he
money.
never got to
Nope.
say that he loved her.
No,
one
Gates
last
says
time.
no.
But
Nope.
the thing is,
That
it's
wasn't
not
the last
called.
crime.
It's not
the last
called.
crime was him
Listen,
rolling
illegally
over
crossing the border.
Yeah, I guess that'd be the last crime
But it's-
technically.
the
so the
movie's
last
not-
fucking crime ever committed was fucking
A petty crime.
illegal immigration. Really?
But it's not a crime, and Canada still has crime.
So then the last crime was him running over fucking 8 police officers. That's the last crime.
The movie is called The Last Days of American Crime.
That'd be considered the last big heist, right? Somebody probably jaywalked
Absolutely.
in the amount of time he crossed over that border.
Well, no,
For
the signal
sure.
was already
Absolutely.
out
Someone
for
probably
everyone
jerked
else.
off on a
That's
plane.
right. Oh, God.
I mean, people probably think that's right.
It's
so
just
that's
frowned
probably,
upon.
You can probably still do that.
Is it wrong?
I didn't say so.
You want to fly this weekend? Where do you want to go?
We going skiing.
Did any of you guys care that he died?
I was just glad the movie was over.
Like that, I had no interest in his character. Like I didn't care what happened to him.
Well,
He was not John Wick.
the
He tried to run through and bash heads and do all
Yeah,
this cool shit,
he's
but
a
I didn't care
badass.
what happened to him.
What was he an Irish badass? Was he a Boston badass?
was he
what
British?
was he?
I had no idea.
His accent, it comes and goes.
It changed.
It certainly
That was
did.
what pissed
And
me
normally
off.
he has like a Hispanic accent.
Yeah.
His, Ramirez
Yes,
is his
he
last
was
name,
Hispanic.
but it would come and go.
Yeah,
it would all of a
that's
sudden you
what
wouldn't
pissed me
have.
off is
I was so confused.
the main character, the guy that, quite honestly, you could have built up to be a complete badass. Like, you could have.
Yeah.
Was so wishy-washy. Just like the whole movie was pretty wishy-washy. All over the place, scattered.
The love story between the two? What was that?
Exactly.
She's with Cash. She's a person that's talking to the police, but she really loves this guy that she just banged out in a bathroom at a bar after talking to for 2 seconds. But they fell in
then her
love
quote when she
because
walks
he's such
out,
an interesting
"Fucking loser."
person with a great sense of humor and a personality you want
Come
to bring
on.
home to your parents. That's Brick.
And you found out all of that in that bathroom while you're banging him
Yeah.
on the hookup. Like,
And she totally got banged by those police officers, right?
She's just trying to save her sister.
dude,
What-
she was
they-
doing it for her sister, man.
They had
Calm
her.
down.
They had her.
Well, the way they were
talking.
talking about her at the end, definitely.
Oh yeah, they're smoking cigs right after the scene.
I'll take real good care of her. I'll tell you what, the worst scene of the entire movie is after he got shot, and those police officers are about 50 yards away sitting in their car, and he somehow can stand up, walk with a pistol, shot in the ear and in the stomach, and can shoot 45 shots out of a pistol 50 yards away while injured, and
All
every
through the
shot
windshield.
hit them through the windshield. Not a single shot missed. The worst scene in a movie I've ever. It's
No,
the most.
it's right after that when he drives for a fucking hour and a half over Canada, smashes through how many brick killer pillars? I can't even
14
speak.
of them.
And why is every fucking pillar spaced perfectly so someone could drive one fucking 18-wheeler straight through the entire barrier?
See, this is why we turned
Who
the mic
did that?
down.
Whose design is that? That guy deserves to be fired.
And they got to Canada. It's shit's still illegal in Canada. They just don't have the API. They're like, I'm free. This is the lawless land where I can do whatever. No, you're
I
getting
have $1
fucking
billion
arrested immediately.
American.
Like,
What are you
do
gonna
mean?
do with that in
You don't
Canada,
think America
you
can
dumbass?
just call Canada and be like, hey, some people just drove across your border. You should probably go check them out. I know they're not going to be all disoriented on the ground, but you can still arrest them.
How
Got a shit ton of money, too.
how did she get the ashes for his body?
The Rory's body?
She poured his Brick's ashes in the
No,
lake.
those were Brick's brother's ashes.
Was it Brick's brother?
I
It
don't
was
even
in
know
his
that.
canister. It looked like Brick to me.
Wow, you couldn't tell.
I think it was
dust.
supposed to be. Because that's
I know
why
that
he
dust. That
wanted
was
to go to
Brick.
Canada and like pour his brother's ashes into a lake or
So it was
something
her
like
doing
that.
it for his memory
Yeah.
instead of his. Okay, because
He-
I thought it was his ashes.
I was
I did
like,
too.
The cops saw his body. They went
Hey.
up. They confirmed he was dead. Like, how did she get those?
The best fucking thing of the whole movie. Her jacket at the end when she's walking away, that
The
red, white,
60
and blue is 69 on the back. That was badass. That's like the
Okay,
only good
so
thing I could take
that
away.
gets it up to a 1.
I'm like a 0.69, dude. I am not happy with this movie. And whoever set those brick pillars up, they need the fucking firing squad. Not even fired.
about the brick pillars. When
Dude.
there's so many issues with this movie, but those
Just
guys.
construction
Who,
of the brick
who
pillar.
needs an armored car? Who needs security? get a fucking 18-wheeler. You're set. It's bulletproof, and you can smash through as many brick pillars as you need.
In front end, doesn't matter.
And get a 45 clip pistol too.
Yeah,
They make them.
they're shooting through the side of the truck, and she does not take a bullet. There's like 40 shots going through her door,
AK-47 just 5 feet away from this car.
and the truck doesn't stop whatsoever. Shoot a tire.
I'm telling you guys, you can have the 18-wheeler. I want the 45 clip auto aim pistol. That's what I want.
So it's pretty good.
0.69. That's my rating.
I just planting his
just
flag
for
in
the
the
jacket
ground.
at the end.
0.69.
I definitely think the point you brought up has an effect. Knowing ahead of time, or maybe you brought up, I can't
Scott
recall.
brought it up.
Knowing ahead of time that it is a universally hated movie going into it, it makes it fun to try to find things that you hate in it when you're watching it. Like, that's stupid. That's stupid. Where if I went into it and the only people who told me to watch it were like, oh, it's pretty good, I wouldn't be looking for shit to hate like I was when I was watching it. But and with that being said, it was a bad movie.
Terrible.
What
Bad's
stars
a nice
official
way to say it.
rating out of 10?
I'll give it a 3.2.
Scott, what do you give it?
Honestly, I was sitting until the end. I was sitting at like a 4.5. Like, it was okay, but the ending knocked it down. For me, it's a 3.5. Like, I would hope to never have to watch it again.
Best thing about living in America is we should never have to watch it again.
Yes.
That's how they torture people. All things considered, knowing going into it, I've never had a movie that I've been like, wow, this is terrible. And this, I think this is my first. It was bad. And I think going into it, knowing that, made me a little less interested in the movie because I knew it wasn't going to be great. But
let's just remind everyone who picked this movie. This was
who
Brandon's
picked
pick.
Fuck you.
all right.
Brandon.
Okay,
But-
should we bring up a thing to legitimately vote on here? Should Brandon ever be able to pick another movie again?
Yes, he should. I like the fact that he took a
No,
flyer on a
I'm
movie
convinced.
that he
No
knew
one's
nothing
ever seen
about,
it.
and none of us had ever seen it.
Better
No,
be
I'm
fucking kidding. I'm up in 4 weeks.
I personally feel like he needs a shot at redemption.
He's gonna look at the worst movies ever.
That's going to be my
Oh, that's
stick.
9 hours long. Hell yeah, we're watching that movie.
I feel like there's an argument to be made that he should get to pick again for a redemption shot before having to wait.
I'm
4
ready with
weeks.
my second pick right now.
No, I'll make mine this
The
week.
man who killed Bigfoot and Hitler.
I
Oh
saw
my
that
God,
is
is
on
that
one
on
of them,
Netflix?
Amazon or Hulu or something.
It's on one of them.
yeah.
Oh god.
That might be
we'll
my
talk
next
about
one.
it in a month.
What's your rating?
My rating is 2.1.
2.1,
For a-
0.69, 3.5, and 3.2.
I'm gonna move mine up to 4 because there was a scene at the beginning of it. Because we know if there's only a few days of crime left, there's going to be topless women dancing on cars.
Yes.
Oh,
So-
okay.
That's why mine is a 3.5.
So-
It's because the opening scene reminded me of like the Joker, but more edgy.
Because if someone tells me, "Oh, shit's gonna be illegal soon," I'm just gonna get naked and get on cars.
It was
so.
okay. I forgot about the topless women because it was absolutely miserable for about 2 hours after that.
You know, Gage,
She did have a pretty decent rack. I'll give it a solid point higher, 1.69.
I completely missed that part.
It was like a good 15 seconds. I mean, it wasn't nothing.
it was like there. Like
There was,
Gabe-
it was the girl in the car, and then in the bar, and then at the house, and
There's a few.
there's a few. Yeah,
Now I will say my whole,
you get a point per nude scene for me.
Quarter point per nude.
to me though, my focus wasn't as much on that as it was when he walks out and all the streets just crime going on, people stealing shit.
He just
people
walks like a
dancing on
boss.
Cars. It literally looked like the end of Joker, where
Very
shit is
similar.
just mayhem.
What you guys are saying about like getting expectations of a horrible movie, and then you're kind of already lower expectations. I went in there trying to find the good parts of the movie,
And you still struggle.
I still couldn't find anything.
Well, you liked the pillar scene, though.
Loved it, my favorite dude. Just
so pissed about it.
oh my god, I was fuming. Like 18-wheeler is just bulletproof, unstoppable. Get her all in and she's done. You're going to Canada, buddy.
Wait
ne-
a minute. I'm sorry. I was waiting for my turn to talk there. Could you explain that 18-wheeler to me again?
No.
The next movie we watch, I'm going to go in trying to figure out which part is going to make Gage either the happiest or the most infuriated. And I'm going to
Should
come
be
into
all
it.
of our notes. During
Gage
this
loved
scene,
this.
we thought Gage would like this.
What's the overall butthole ranking now that everybody's removed around their votes?
Now that you have all changed your numbers,
No, I kept mine at 3.5.
now that half of
Mine's
you have
set.
changed your numbers, we are at a total of 2.8.
Too high. Fuck.
I know it's
Can I go back to
It's a
0.69?
2.8.
No.
That's not bad.
It's higher than Rotten Tomatoes, which it's hard to be lower than that. Impossible,
28 out of
technically.
100.
But it's lower than the average score of, like, I think it's 3.5 on Netflix or 3.8 on IMDb. Like, flip-flop one of those. I don't know which one's which.
And
but
I feel like we're right there. Like, that should be our score.
It's a fair score.
Somewhere between the two. Because we are all... By this point now, we've reviewed 4 movies officially. We're all pretty much seasoned veterans in this. We know what's good. We know what's not.
I'm probably not going out on a limb here. I think this is going to stay at the bottom for a while in the butthole ranking.
I
until
would
my
hope
next
so.
one. 4 weeks, baby. I'm coming for you.
Well,
Records are made to be
Golf
broken.
score, who can get the lowest
Yeah.
score?
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring this movie up, hoping that either only one of you have seen it, or if 2 of you have, we'll see. The next movie is going to be a movie from 2019, and I believe it went directly to Netflix. It's called The Silence. Have any of you seen it?
Never even heard
I'll read
of
you
it.
the description.
The
on it.
Silence of the Lambs.
With the world under attack by deadly creatures who hunt by sound, a teen and her family seek refuge outside the city and encounter a mysterious cult. It's a ripoff.
I have seen this movie. It was just called A Quiet Place.
John Krasinski.
It's a ripoff of Quiet Place.
Question for you guys.
All
Do
right.
you want to know what the ratings are?
I don't
No.
know.
I mean, I don't give a shit, but I'd rather not.
I won't ruin it for you then.
I don't. I just might accidentally watch Quiet Place instead. Who knows?
Great
And
movie.
wasn't
it
there
worked out,
already a,
ended.
a ripoff of it? Bird Box is kind of the same.
Yeah, definitely.
But that
No,
was
they
just
couldn't see,
vision.
right?
Yeah.
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 This was just called Silence.
The Silence.
The Silence, yep.
It's on Netflix.
Yep, it's a Netflix original.
So Patches94 did put in a request for a movie review. I don't know if we want to wait or if we want to do that at the.
What's the movie review?
I farted. If you've seen the eating contest on the YouTubes,
I got
there's a pretty good little cameo. But yeah, that's what it was.
Of Patches,
Let's see. It
The
is called.
high five scene is funny in that. I
You like
watched
that?
that the other day. Yeah.
It's called The Fourth Kind.
Oh, I've seen
I've
the
seen
fourth
that.
kind.
Yeah.
Okay. So I haven't.
Oh, he wanted us to
haven't
watch it. He wanted us to watch it because of the alien.
The
bit, which we're
alien-
doing next.
So
Yes.
maybe we can do that
on
for
top
our
of.
alien thing, or
A little
only
bonus
one
review?
person has to watch it because I haven't seen it. I remember it. So the fourth kind is
is it on Netflix?
Close
He
Encounters.
says it's on Hulu.
There's several kinds of encounters with aliens. First kind, second kind, third kind is contact. Second kind is visual or something like that. I think the fourth kind is like them actually like mentally like coming into you, probing you or something like that. So that's what it has to do with. I only remember there was an owl in it. So I'd be down to watch it again to refresh it and talk about it on the next alien one.
Yeah, send us reviews. We'll watch them.
Yeah. All right. So we'll watch 2 this week. We'll have this one
Yeah.
ready for part 3.
If you don't have time, stick to the
Silence.
Quiet
Silence.
Place.
Watch the Quiet Place ripoff.
Quiet Place
but-
2.
Quiet Place 2,
Quiet Place 2.
but it didn't come out. That was one of the first Corona casualties.
Okay. So the fourth kind. All right.
And I will say,
So
from what I don't
we
think
can do that on the alien one. Then we don't have to talk about it in the movie.
right.
Yep.
So the
Separate.
fourth kind came out in 2009, and I think I watched it like 2009-10 because
Yeah.
I was in high school and I don't really remember it that good, but I did actually kind of like it. As far as where you can watch it, it's available on Hulu with a subscription, or you can get it on Amazon for $4, YouTube for $4, iTunes for
Won't be watching
$4.
it.
You don't have Hulu?
I got Hulu, but not with this.
I think that's
Where's
just saying
Hulu?
you have to have a subscription for Hulu.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got
Well,
Hulu then.
there is a difference. Some require
Because it
you
might
to
be
have
like
the
HBO or
TV.
the
Yeah.
Showtime or
We'll see.
Let's see. I have the regular subscription, the fourth kind. Let's see if we can watch it. No. You have to pay for it.
With the TV.
Yep.
So let's do this. We'll rebuttal Patches.
One of us
94.
will rent
If-
it, and then we'll all have to watch it on
Movie
Amazon within
We're
2 days.
actually going to be in the same place this weekend.
That's right.
Maybe we
If
could.
Patches
We had a movie weekend
94
we're
couple-
not
Patches
watching
can
that
bring-
this weekend.
There we go.
If Patches 94 wants to buy the movie for us to watch, or rip us his Hulu account after he purchases it or something, we'll watch it.
At the cabin.
No,
Yeah,
just,
that'd be fun as
just
shit.
before
Come
next
on.
Monday.
Movie night.
You're going to be in the right state of mind
Movie
to give it
night.
a
If
pure
it's
judgment.
if it's raining, maybe.
It's going to be
Movie
91.
night. Yeah, it's going to be warm.
Ooh-wee.
Who wants to be outside during that?
Not me. All right. Well, I think that about wraps up this one. I'm excited for the Quiet Place 2. It's going to be an exciting movie.
Stars is what it's on.
Yes.
Stars.
And I'm really sorry for putting you guys through that movie. My bad.
The
He's just-
silence.
So anyone who's listening to this, save your time.
I picked
Watch
out of a hat.
The Matrix or Back to the Future instead.
And for the review next week, watch The Silence with us, or watch it before and send us your thoughts before we review it. If you send us your thoughts, we will read them out on the episode.
Yeah, Superfan Brooke, send it our way.
We pay our debts.
Teases. We don't pay our debts. We pay our teases.
I pay my debts.
I don't pay my debts.
Yeah, you owe me $10, you fuck.
Fuck student loans.
That'll come to you. All right.
Go jerk off.
Bye.
Make sure to check us out on Facebook, Butthole. Check us out on Twitter as well, @OfficialButthole, Instagram, @OfficialButthole, TikTok, @OfficialButthole. And if you have questions or comments, email us at officialbutthole@gmail.com. Also, make sure to check out our Teespring website where we have sweatshirts and t-shirts, and our website itself where we post blogs and whatnot. Both of the links will be posted in our description for the episode. Please leave a rating on whichever platform you're listening on, as well as make sure to hit that subscribe button so we can continue to bring you the great content we create, as well as make it even better for the future. We love you all. Peace out.